Hello and welcome you all. Guys, thanks for joining this particular session. As we have discussed yesterday, we have gone through the overview about this particular course, who we are, what we are going to offer, why this particular course is going to benefit and add a value to you, what you are going to get from this particular course, how you can best utilize and make good benefit from attending this particular course, and what sort of companies, what sort of positions, what sort of roles that you could be deployed into once you want to search for a companies and being willing to get into placed into as a fusion technical consultant. So guys, moving ahead, we will be looking into next some add-on aspects of this particular course as well as certain sort of things that is important for you to understand at the basic level. Okay. So guys, I believe that okay, each one of you have been already contacted by the admin and you have already got yourself enrolled. In case not, after the class also, if you want, you can get enrolled so that you can avail the early bird offer. After that, there will not be an early bird offer available for you guys. Okay. So guys, talking about as we were discussing that initially that we have discussed about the course curriculum and what are the benefits, what are the different areas that we will be learning about, what is the different role of a technical consultant, what are the tools that we are learning about. First of all, guys, as we said that okay, we will be providing this particular training is a full hands-on training. So to learn this particular tool, you must need to have the access of that particular tool, and we will be providing the access of that particular application. In addition to that, guys, if you have gone through the course curriculum, this is a complete fusion technical course along with OIC. So considering a full complete fusion technical course means that it is covering every sort of technology which has been offered by Oracle. Maybe it is specific to the financial domain, HCM domain, or supply chain domain. Every sort of technology which has been offered by Oracle that we are going to cover in this particular training. Okay. In addition to that, guys, starting with the fundamentals, we will be looking into certain aspects. First thing that I would like to discuss, if you see this line number 13, 68, 70, 56, 45, these are certain numbers, but we could not figure it out with these particular number. Okay, what we cannot figure it out, we don't know whether these are the weight of four different people, whether these are the marks scored by one particular student into a exam, whether these are the marks secured by four different students in a class. We could not be able to conclude anything. So anything in this particular word, guys, could be considered as a data, and data is something which does not have their own identity. It does not be able to conclude anything. So this line number 13 is a data, but the moment if I mention here equals to, if I mention it as a Virat score. So guys, this has become instead of a data, this has become information. This is the primary difference between data and information. Anything in this word is a data, but that data, once we will be able to conclude anything, then it will become information. So information has a definite meaning. It may be able to conclude something, that is called information, and anything through which you could not be able to conclude anything, that is called data. Talking about, guys, every data, if you are from any of the programming background or something, you must be aware that okay, the data must be having a data type. The three major data types which are available in the entire application, that is three kind of data type, is text type, number type, and date type. Text type is anything that could be of a alphabetics, that is a text type thing like name, location, grade, position, supplier name, some sort of description, your address, everything will be considered as a text type. In case anything which is a numeric type, that should be considered as a data type as a number. Number could be like as your age could be a number, your salary could be the number, your compensation could be the number. Okay, all these things are could be considered as a number. In addition to that, there are certain data fields which are neither a text and nor the number, but these are a specific data type called date. Date is something, there are certain business attributes, certain data fields that may be having a date type of field, like date of birth, date of hiring, purchase date, invoice date, order creation date, all these things are called date. So these things are the only things which can make the fundamentals of the entire application. In the Fusion application, every data that you are going to capture or create, that is going to be of these three data type. One is the text type, other one is the number type, and the third one is the date type. Okay. Looking into this, guys, if I say 45, 67, 89, 90, this is nothing but this may be the score done by Sevag. If I say 45, 69, 89, this may be the weight. It may be the weight of four students. Or if we drag and drop this, and I will show you one more example, we can say this may be the marks of four students in English exam. So guys, the moment we will be able to make some conclusion from the data, then the data will become and to be considered as information. Here, all these rows are to be considered as information. And guys, once we are dealing with the data and information, what has happened, there must be some way that we should be able to represent the data. So how we are going to represent the data, guys? That is what we are going to understand. Data versus information we have discussed. We also have discussed there has been different kind of data types. Three data types that are text type, number type, and date type. These are the three data types. Now we will say how the data will be represented or how the data can be saved. So guys, the data can be saved only by two methods. One is unstructured. Unstructured method means file-based data storage. So guys, if I creating this particular sheet and if I save this as a text file, that is a file based sheet, or the other one is the structured one. The structured method is the one where the data is being saved into the databases. So guys, if we say there is a file, what are the different kind of files that you might have encountered? File types, if we discuss, there may be files that is a CSV file, there may be a text file, there may be a Microsoft Word file, there may be a PDF file, there may be a Excel file, XML file, JSON file. These are the different sort of file types that we are having where the data can be saved. Okay. In addition to that, guys, if we are supposed to discuss what kind of operations related to the file. So guys, what sort of operations which we can do with the file? Suppose guys, we are into this particular location and in this we have created one sample folder. So what we can do into this particular folder, guys, what we can do with the file operation, the first operation, what we can do, we can create a file. Click onto this. Suppose we want to create a text file. Click onto this and we should be able to create a file. Suppose this is one of the file or this is the file. Creating this, a file will be created. This is our file. Once the file is there, guys, we should be able to delete the file. Select the file and click on to delete. We should be able to delete the file. Again, you want to create the file, right click onto this. We should be able to create the file. What we can do, we can rename the file. Suppose we will say this is the sample, this is the file. What else we can do? We can copy the file. File can be copied. What we can do, instead of copying the file, we should be able to delete the file also. We should be able to cut the file or move the file. Instead of this file folder, we can select the file, copy the file and place here. So what will happen? The file has been moved from the previous location. The previous location of the file is file operation and now the current location is this particular file. Suppose guys, here also we have the file which is having a sample. This is the blank file. We have not written anything. Next operation, what we can do into the file, we can open the file. This is like we are opening the file. Next operation, what we can do, we can write into the file. This is the file sample. Once we have written into the file, what we can do, we can save the file. Then what we can do with the file, we can close the file. Once we close the file, guys, there is something that we can override the file. Override the file means, suppose here we have this is the blank, this contain one row, and the file inside this folder is also having the same name of the file, which does not contain any data. But if we cut the file from here and put the file here, and we try to paste it, it will ask you that, okay, do you want to replace? If we say yes, replace. So what will happen? The content of the existing file will be overwritten. If we double click and open, you will say earlier the file is blank, while now the file will contain the value. This is called different sort of operations that we are going to perform into the file based operation. Talking about the file based operation, guys, what we have seen, we can create the file, we can delete the file. What else we can do? We can write into the file, we can move the file, we can open, or you can say open means if you are opening the file, that means we are reading the content of the file. So what we can do, we can read the file, and we can even download the file. If the file is there attached into some email, and you have the option to download the file from the Gmail, and that's how you will be able to download the file. These are the major basic operations that any file based structure can be doing, and these are the file based operations. Talking about the structured data, guys, we are saying that, okay, the data is going to be stored into some sort of databases. So database will contain what? Database will contain tables, and tables will contain what? Table will contain rows, and rows will contain columns. Okay, and in case you want to read the data, in case any sort of operations that you want to perform into the database, what are the operations available? The total operations that are available is, either you want to fetch the data. Fetch the data means you want to select the data. This is the select operation. Or you want to insert the data into the table. Or we want to update the data into the table. Or we want to delete the data from the table. These are the major operations that could be possible into the database related thing. Okay. So in the context of Fusion application, what we are going to do, these are the two ways that the data can be saved or stored or can be represented. In the Fusion application, the data is going to be stored into the databases. Okay. In the Fusion application, we are not following the unstructured method, while this software is using the advanced technology and saving every data, every bit of information into the databases. Okay. So this is something very important to understand, that as a technical person, whatever the data that we are looking into, whatever the data that we are fetching into, whatever the data that we are inserting, updating, doing bulk business operations as per the bulk technical operations using different sort of tools as expected by business, that will directly impact or hit your databases and perform some sort of actions into your databases. Okay, moving ahead, guys. So considering this, I believe that, okay, these three things are clear. What is data, what is data type, and what is data representation? How we are going to represent the data, how we are going to create a file, what are the basic components of a database. These things should be quite familiar to you now. Next, guys, as we are seeing that, okay, the data is based on saved into some sort of databases. So database may contain some sort of table. So Fusion application will contain thousands and lakhs of table. So how, as a technical consultant, we will be finding which table is for which purpose? There may be some repository, some document will be there through which we should be able to found. So there is a document exposed by Oracle. If you go to Google and directly search for Oracle Fusion HCM table, Oracle Fusion supply chain table, Oracle Fusion financial table, a document will come up, and that document will list down all the tables for that particular business object or for that particular product family that has been provided by Oracle. Okay. In addition to that, guys, as we said that, okay, let's see, Oracle is a company Oracle is the company who has this particular called Fusion as a product. Okay. And TCS is the company, or maybe Emirates Airlines. This is the company who's to be considered as a client. They have purchased the software from Oracle. They have purchased this particular software from Oracle, and there's a company called E&Y is the company who's a consulting partner. So what has happened? This Emirates Airlines has contacted Oracle, purchased their software. This software is ready to build, ready to use software. But to use this particular software, they need to configure the software as per their line of business to manage their business. They want to do some sort of customization, personalization, changing the workflow, creating some report, loading some data. All that work who's going to do initially in the initial phase? Emirates Airlines might have get into contact with ENY. They have hired the consultant, they have given the project to ENY. ENY might have deployed 10, 15, 20 different sort of consultants. Those consultants job is to get the implementation done, to make this particular software which has been purchased by this company to be fulfilling the business requirement, that this software should work as per the business expectation. That is the role of a ENY consultant. So guys, as a technical consultant, as we have discussed, we can be either hired by this company, okay, because they want a trained professional who knows their subject, who knows their technology, because they keep building their software, they keep enhancing their application, so they need this sort of consultant. Or there may be Emirates Airline who's a client, they can hire us because they want a trained professional of fusion technology, because they want some expert within their company who should understand, who should validate, who should be able to evaluate the things which the partners is implementing for them. Okay. Or we could be hired by the actual consulting company like TCS, Accenture, HCL, ENY, Deloitte. Why they could hire us? Because they are regularly getting projects for different clients, and they need to serve their client implementing the software as per the business requirement. That is the reason there will be a scope that we as a technical consultant will be hired into three different set of companies. Okay. Now, guys, talking about this particular Fusion applications, once we will be accessing, once you get enrolled into this course, we will be providing you a Fusion application. Once this particular client has purchased the software from the Oracle, what will happen? Oracle will send one username, password, and URL. What is that username, password, and URL? That is the Fusion user interface application. That is a user interface application. Along with the user based application, guys, the Fusion will be providing one backend application, and there will be one file based server application also being provided. So guys, first of all, let's see how we are going to access this application. Guys, for all participants who has enrolled into the program, our admin will be creating a WhatsApp group, and all the details about the G Drive, a daily recorded videos, the access to these particular softwares, username, password, credentials, everything will be shared once you get enrolled, and a WhatsApp group also will be created by today or tomorrow end of the day. Okay. So guys, generally once you are going to purchase the software, the companies will receive this sort of URL. This is the URL. You go to any of the browser having an internet connection, any sort of device, you go use the desktop, you use your mobile phones, you use your laptops, you use your notepads, any device you go to the browser, hit this particular URL, and you will be prompted to this login screen. Based on the login screen, guys, there is a username and password. You will be provided your username password. Please provide your username password, and once you provide the username password, you should be able to log in into the application. Once we log in into the application, we will be landing into the home screen of the software. This is the primary software that business user, that suppose there is an HR department. HR department may contain multiple HRs. The role of an HR to identify the resources, conduct the interviews, select the resources, send the offer letter, get the BGC done for the newly hired employees, get them on board into the company on the date of joining, process the salary of the employee, okay, evaluate the performance of the employee, give promotion, transfer the employee. All these are the different sort of work that the HR department might be involved into. So the people, the actual people who are managing the resources of the company, there's an HR department. There may be certain employees working into that particular company who will be accessing this software. And while they are accessing this software, they will be using and doing day-to-day operations using this software. All that work they are going to do, that is called transactions. That is called transaction. If we say that okay, somebody logs in into the software and they are going to hire one employee, that hiring an employee is called transaction. If there are five employees which are supposed to be terminated, terminating an employee is called transaction. If we say that okay, two employees salary has to be increased or changed, that is called change salary is a transaction. If you want to create one supplier, that is a transaction. If you want to create a receipt, that is a transaction. Every action that the end user or a business user is going to perform from the UI, from this particular software, that is called transaction. And every transaction that they are going to perform from this application, that will acquire some sort of data, that will do some sort of data manipulation. Either they will be updating some existing data, either they may be inserting new data, or they may be deleting the data. So everything that is being going to be performed from the UI, that is going to add on some sort of data. And as we discussed, okay, in Fusion application, every bit, every piece of data is being saved here, not into the file but into the databases. Okay, this will be saved into the databases. Moving ahead, guys, let's understand different navigation and the aspect of this user interface first. Guys, once we will be landing into this particular software, this is our home screen. We will be having this blue color thing is the global bar. No matter where you are going, which screen you are accessing, this blue bar will be always there. Okay, and the user who has logged in, his name will be represented here. Click onto this. The initials will be listed down here. After you logged in, you want to log out, click onto this, and you will be logged out from the application. After you logged out, it will ask you to confirm to logged out so that whatever the caches and internal memories will be wiped off. Click on to confirm, you will be logged out and landing into the login screen again. You key in your username password again, click on to sign in, and you should be able to sign in. Guys, this particular application is a global application. It may be available into multiple languages. Suppose TCS is this Emirates Airlines is the company. They are operating into France, they are operating into Gulf, they are operating into Australia, Canada, they are operating into Japan. So they have purchased this particular software. Oracle might have sold this particular software in a base language. The base language of the software is always English, but on top of that, Oracle might have provided some sort of language pack. If the client has purchased, if Emirates Airlines has purchased three different language pack, one is German, one is Japanese, and the third one is Arabic. So what will happen? It may be configured by the administrator that okay, if the person who's logging in, who has set their preferred language is Arabic, once they log in, once they hit this particular URL, they will see everything into Arabic or Japanese or other language. Or in case, guys, whatever the language packs which has been purchased by client, those language packs will be enabled here and will be listed down. You can also choose those particular language pack to change the verbiage into those particular language. Once we log in, give the username password, click on to login, sign in, we will be landing into the home screen. Guys, wherever you're standing, this is the home screen coming. This is the home screen based on the access, based on the work responsibility, or you can say based on the roles assigned to this particular user. There has been different tabs coming. Each tabs may be containing different subsections. These tabs are this entire blue screen which you are able to see. We used to call it as a springboard. What we used to call it as? We used to call it as springboard. In this springboard, guys, we will be able to see different sort of tabs, and each tabs may contain different sort of tiles. These buttons that you are able to see, these are called different tiles. These are nothing but these are different pages, or you can say different functions. You should be able to access any of the functions and click onto that page, and that page will be open up for you. This is the page that you have opened up. Now guys, you want to go back to some other page or to the home screen. In the global bar, as we said that okay, this global bar will be always there. So you can click onto this home button. This is the home button. Doesn't matter where you are standing. If you click onto this home bar, home button, you will be landing back to the base home page. It is like guys, please consider that okay, you are using a mobile phone, you are opening multiple devices, you are inside one application, one page, two page, three page inside the application, but the moment you click onto your home button, it will take you to the landing screen. So this home button is going to take you the landing screen. Okay, guys, this particular screen will tell you, greet you with good morning, good evening, afternoon based on the server. This is not going to be considering your time. This particular software might be hosted into USA into Oracle server. So it will consider that particular time and accordingly it will greet you with good morning, evening or afternoon. In addition to that guys, it will list down the name, the user who has logged in, it is the name of that particular user. Additionally guys, in this global bar, this button is clear. There will be a global search. Anything you want to search. Suppose you want to click onto this, any employee, any purchase order, any supplier, any item that you want to search, click onto this and it should be able to search. The most important feature is search for people and action. The most important thing that it is going to search is the people of the companies that you can search. All the employees you can search here. Okay. B- If you are able to search any employee, if you are interested for this particular employee, guys, you want to perform certain action onto this employee. You want to terminate this employee. You want to change this employee. You want to hire the employee. You want to check his uh, phone number, you want to update his email address, you want to promote the employee, you want to change the salary of the employee. So you see this tilted icon. Once you click onto this for this particular person, there has been different actions, different sort of operations that you can perform directly. You should be able to access those particular actions here. Why these many change pages are coming, these many functionalities are coming? Because the user that I'm logged in, that is having administrative access, it is having all the accesses for financial, supply chain and human capital management. That is the reason so many things are coming for you. Okay guys, suppose for this particular employee, he is working into the location Delhi. You want to change the location of the employee from Delhi to Bangalore. So you select the employee, click onto this icon, this thing will open up. Go and click onto the change location. The details of that particular employee will open up into this particular screen, and from there you should be able to change the location of the employee. See the action which it is coming, it is the change action which is opening. Okay, clicking onto this, click continue, it will give you some sort of form. There's this form will come up, different sort of details will be clubbed together into small sections. Each section may contain some sort of fields. Some of the fields are mandatory, some of the fields are non-mandatory. The fields which are marked as a mandatory one will be marked with this star. The fields which marked as a star must be mandatory to fill in. The fields which are non-mandatory, don't have star. If you want, you can fill in. If you don't want, you skip them. Okay, some of the fields are free text where you can enter the value. Some of the fields which are of the date type, there is a date calendar will come and you can select those value. There may be certain fields which are having a predefined list of values. You should be choose from the list. You cannot enter anything, but you should be able to choose from the predefined values. Okay. Then guys, in this section you fill the necessary detail, click on to continue to go to the next section. So like guys, there may be one section, two section, 10 section, as and when what the company has configured this particular software for this change location operation, that many things will come up. For this particular implies guys, suppose the current location is Delhi, you want to change the location, select the new location. You want to change the location to this will be selected, and once it has been selected, if there is no continue coming, click on to submit. What will happen? The location of this particular employee will change from for this employee, Wintech EMP, the location will change from the current location to this new location called Indore location. Click on to submit. Once the submit is done, this transaction will be completed successfully. Guys, generally it will not take that much time since this is a learning instance. It might be taking time, and the moment, guys, the transaction has been completed, you will be again landing into the home screen. In addition to that, guys, if you are able to access the content or the different pages from this, the same thing you can access. This is called navigator. As you see, me, my team, my client group, if you click onto this, here also you will be able to see same sort of section, me, my team, my client group. Clicking onto this, you will be getting those sort of things also. Guys, these three things are very important for you to understand. Me is something related to the person who logs in. Suppose tech.stable person has logged in, he needs to check his own salary, he need to download his salary slip, he need to check what are the invoices that he has created, he want to check what are the orders that he has placed, he want to download his pay slip, he want to submit his claims, he want to uh, apply for some sort of medical insurance. All the things that the employee wants to do and perform for themselves, that is called me. This is the self service. Second thing is, guys, my team. Suppose this particular person who logs in, he's working, he logs in, he's also the employee, he can perform the task for himself, he want to update his bank detail, there is a new family member added to his family, he should come here, check for some sort of pages where he can add his dependent details and he can do. In addition to that, there are five people reporting to him. So if you click onto this particular person is a manager. If he's having a manager role, this my team section will also come, and he should be able to perform different sort of actions on behalf of his direct reportees. In case, guys, the person is having an HR role, the person who logs in is having a capability to act and behave as an HR, then this at my client group will come. Here also there will be a capability where the person, the HR should be able to search for any employee and do any action onto the employee's existing data. Okay. So guys, you can access the pages from here from the navigator, or you should be able to access the page directly from the Springboard. Okay. Guys, as just now we have changed the location. It may be possible the change location is the transaction which may be auto committed, which does not require any sort of approval. Suppose HR or line manager go search for the employee, check that okay, their current location is Delhi and they want to change the location from Delhi to Indore. They did the transaction and submit the transaction. The location of this particular employee will automatically get changed. That is the one aspect. Otherwise, guys, what has happened? Although HR has initiated to change the location, but that will not get saved, that will not get committed into the system. But instead of that, what is going to happen? It will wait for some sort of approval. Maybe the HR department or the HR of the target location. Suppose the HR of Delhi location has transferred the employee location from Delhi to Indore, but there is a person who's the HR for Indore location. The transaction will go to the Indore location HR to review and approve, because that Indore location HR need to validate whether they have the space available, whether they have the seat available to accommodate this new employee. And once the Indore HR will approve the transaction, then only the data will be inserted and the data will be changed from the Delhi to Indore. Okay, hope that is clear to everyone. And guys, suppose the Indore HR login into the system, how the Indore HR will get to know that okay, he has certain things to act upon, he has certain transactions to be reviewed and approved. So guys, suppose the Indore HR will log in, this is the bell icon. Every user who logs in case anything is supposed to be bring to their attention for performing some actions to review some transactions, to approve the transaction, terminate the transaction, everything will be notified here. So the HR of the indoor locations, once they log in, he will be regularly seeing that okay, some number of transactions are pending. Like for this user, almost 33 transactions are pending to review and act upon. Once they click onto this, what they will be able to see, they will be seeing all these transactions. The all the information will be listed down. They can click onto this, and this will open up into a new screen, and they will get more details to review. And based on the details, if they find comfortable, they can approve or reject the transaction. Okay, guys, all these things what we are going to discuss, this we are going to cover and implement all these things into a technology, that we have discussed. That okay, from tomorrow onwards we will be starting with the security, what is the user, how to create the user, what do you mean by role, what are the different roles are available, how to assign the role to the user. All these things we will be looking. Parallelly, we will be looking into some sort of utilities. After that, we will be looking into personalization and customization of the application. Guys, as currently you see, this application has been showing into blue in color. The logo is coming Oracle. I want to show my own logo, Triotech logo. I don't want this blue color. I want this into red in color or green in color. You see that, okay, these tiles are coming with multicolor. I don't want multicolor. I want these tiles to be always into yellow color. I don't want these tiles to be round shape. I want them to be square shape. All these personalization and customization to make changes to the application, that is called customization personalization. Guys, by default, based on this particular user access, these different sort of sections, subsections are coming. In case you want to add your own section, and in that section you want to add your own page, will it be possible? Yes. So in case you want to do that, there is some technology, some tool that we will be learning across. Okay. Fine, guys. So now if this my client group is the place where the HR will come into, and guys, this particular application is a uniform application. You search for any screen, you access any screen, and you will be able to transact from one screen. You should be able to transact from other screens also. Suppose we come and log in as an HR because this user is having an HR role. So there is a screen called person management screen. Click onto this person management screen, the screen will open like this. Guys, in the Fusion application, you go to the supply chain module, you go to financial module, you go to customer management module, you go to the human capital management module. You pick any of the business object like person or job or grade or supplier or invoice or general ledger entry. The UI will be same. The UI will be made up of first section is the search section with few fields. You will put certain field details there, and there will be a search. Click onto the search, then there will be a search section based on your filter criteria. The record will be listed down. Okay, in this record, guys, the basic details will be listed down. Along with this, guys, you see what is the current location for this employee. The current location is being showing as location as Indore. Why? What is the reason? Because we have just committed this particular transaction. Guys, in all the application you have this sort of a screen having the upper section to search the item. Click on to search, you will be getting a result. These particular results will be hyperlink onto the name item, or the first column is generally hyperlink. Once you click onto this, it will take you to the detail screen, which will list down further more details about this particular employee. So guys, this is the screen which talks about the employment details about this employee. What is the legal employer? What is the assignment number? What is the business unit? What is the type? What is the date, hiring date of the employee? What is the job grade position of this employee? In which location he is working? Whether the work from home is allowed for this employee or not? Whether he is a full-time employee, part-time employee. This way, there has been different sort of information. At the time of hiring the employee, it may be captured, and that will be represented. Guys, by default, this particular screen will open up into a read only mode. This is not an editable screen. In case you want to edit something, you will see that, okay, into this particular screen, there's a edit button is there. You click on to edit and click on to correct. This will be open up into the correct mode, and you should be able to make certain changes. Click on to OK. What we are going to make the changes, we are going to make the changes that, okay, let's add certain more fields. Like we will say that, okay boss, this particular is a full-time employee and he's a regular employee. We do these changes, you click on to save. Once you save the things, it is not being yet submitted into the database, it is just saved into the memory of this browser. Then click on to review. Most of the screens will be having a review screen also. Once you click on to review, what is going to happen, guys? You should be able to see what are the changes that you have done. So guys, it lists down that, okay, at the job detail section, there are two fields. This field and this field has been changed. What has changed? The current value was basically null, but now the user is proposing these values. Why it is showing as proposed? Because it is not yet been committed and saved into the database. It is just the proposed value. If we go and click on to submit, then it will be committed into the system. click OK. And the moment the transaction get complete, it will take you to this particular place. And here guys, the edit mode has again gone to the read only mode, and if you see here that these two fields has been updated. In case we will close the complete transaction, we will be landing back to the search screen. In case you want to search again, click onto this, pass on the details, click onto search, and you should be able to get the result. Click onto this and you should be able to see that okay, the transaction has been committed successfully and that has been saved successfully. Okay, in addition to that guys, the UI of this application is how the UI has been designed. Once you open the page, page may contain sections, section may contain fields, field may contain subfields, subfield may contain sub tabs, sub different sort of tabs to sub tabs. In addition to that, everything cannot be possible to be accommodated into one screen. So Oracle has created this task for different purpose for different screen as per the access level of the person who has logged in. These tasks will be listed down to perform different sort of actions. Suppose you want to see the particular person details of this employee. So in that case, what we can do, we can go to the person screen. Once we go to the person screen, we should be able to get the personal details of the employee. You see, personal details means what is the name of the employee, what is the phone number, email address. You see, for different sections, there is a edit button is coming. You want to click onto this edit, click onto correct. You want to give the first name also. Piyush is the first name, suppose. You give the first name and click onto OK. Once you are done, you want to add a phone number also. Click onto this, click onto the phone number you want to add. Guys, the UI will be always same. This is very simple. Okay, this section will open up. Plus symbol means it is going to give you the result to add. Click onto this, it will add a row. Certain fields will be mandatory, certain fields will be non-mandatory. Add those particular fields that okay, you want to add a phone number. These fields are non-mandatory, this field is mandatory. Let's pass this number, and this phone number for this particular employee should be available, should be activated from which date? From this date. You keep onto this, click onto OK, and that's how it has been added. Okay, guys, it has not yet been saved. If we close or cancel, it will be gone. Okay, in case you want to save it or submit it. Once we submit it, then only it will be saved permanently. Just a second guys, I'm getting. So now since we have saved it permanently, if we again come and open this particular page, we should be able to see that okay, this phone number and name should be there. The sub screen has closed. Go to the task, click onto this, click onto that particular sub screen, and you should be able to see that okay, the name is persisted, it is being saved, and phone number is also persisted into this. Okay. In addition to that, guys, one screen may contain sections, section may contain fields, field may contain whether we can add one item or multiple item. Guys, if you want to add more phone number, you click onto this add phone number. You see that okay, we still have the option plus button. We can add multiple phone number. There are certain entities which can be multiple things could be possible. Okay. In addition to that, you see the page will contain sections, subsections, sub to subsections, sub to subsections, and here you should be able to add the business user, the end user, the HR department, the people working into the HR department. They will be doing all these things, filling the citizenship of the newly hired employee, filling the driving license detail of the newly hired employee, filling the disability details of the employee. All these things were they put it across. What is happened, this is going to be saved somewhere. Where it is going to be saved? That is going to be saved into some sort of database. For each of the business object, business transaction, there may be a specific table where all that data is going to be saved. Okay. In addition to that, guys, talking about the navigation of this particular application, as you have been able to search for this particular thing, and if you want to go back, you can click onto this go home button. It will take you to the home screen. Now, guys, suppose to access one particular page, let's see, I have logged in. The moment I have logged in, I will be into the me. In case I need to go to one particular screen which is under this, I need to click here once. Then I need to go to one some sort of activity. Suppose that activity is called workforce structure. This is my second page that I have clicked. Then I have need to open this particular page called job family. I click onto this particular page. So guys, I have clicked into multiple pages. As an HR or as a business user, I need to access this page frequently. My day-to-day work is with this particular page. So why I need to do this multiple clicks? I want to make this particular page as a favorites. So it is possible to add that particular page into the favorites so that it will be coming up into the favorites. If you go to the home, instead of following the navigation, if you add certain pages into the favorites, as this is our URL, if you are going to access this URL at regular interval of time, you should make it and mark it into the favorites. Same way you can click onto this particular thing, going to the page, and you can add that particular page to the favorites. Okay, this is how. And in addition to that, there is a recent item. As per the person who logs in, he has been accessing and navigating to multiple screens. If you go to the result items, it's like your browser history. It will show you that okay, multiple screens which has been recently accessed and navigated by the logged in user, he should be able to directly access. In case you want to go to the screen which is the user screen or the person screen which you have access, you can directly, if this is the screen I want to navigate, I can directly click onto this and navigate. Okay, otherwise guys, what we are supposed to do, and this screen you want to add into the favorites also, you are into this screen, click onto this fav favorites button, go to the favorites, you should need to add this to the favorites, add to favorites, it will be added. You want to create into a new category or existing category, we will say that okay, my favorite is the category, click on to save and close. That's it, guys. So if you go to the favorites, if you go to the home, you want to access this particular page and you have added this into the favorites, what you can do, the actual navigation of this particular pages, come to my client group, come to data exchange, and under data exchange, you should be able to see this particular page. But instead of following this lengthy navigation, if this is the page that you need to access at a regular interval time, what you can do, go to the home directly. If you have added this particular page into the favorites, you should directly go to the favorite and click onto my favorites, and this page is there, click onto this page and it should directly navigate to that particular page. Okay. In addition to that, guys, as we said that, okay, we are getting this application. This is a UI based application. Along with this particular application, Oracle will be providing you one additional application, that is a backend application. As a technical person, we are not majorly working into the UI based application, but we will be working into this application, which is a backend application. How we are going to access the backend application? Take the URL and add a keyword called analytics. The keyword is analytics. Once you add a analytics keyword and click on to enter, you should be landing into the backend application. This application is called OTBI server. This particular application is called OTBI server. There has been two technologies that we will be building and learning from this particular tool, that is BIP reports and OTBI reports. Both of the technology we are building and learning from this server. Once we will be learning, this also have a global bar which has different buttons. We will be learning and discussing all these navigations in detail once we are starting with the BIP report and OTBI report, when we will be learning into this section. As a technical person, these are the major area that we should need to be more skilled, and we will be working day in day out. Okay, and these are the delighters. Companies may require, always look for BIP consultant, data loader consultant, integration consultant. Certain companies may look for approval management engineers also, or customization and personalization, or somebody maybe specialized skills that they are looking for, somebody who's expert managing and maintaining the security of the application. So that is the reason we are covering all these details along with the technicality that we are going to cover and focus into this particular training program. Okay. In addition to that, guys, there is one third software, or you can say one more application has been provided, that is called content server. You take this particular URL and provide a keyword called CS. CS stands for content server, and hit the enter button. So it is your like cloud space. Guys, if you have purchased an iPhone 128 GB or 256 GB, you have the hard disk within your mobile phone. But along with that, Oracle iPhone has sold you the iPhone with 128 GB of hard disk, but along with that, they have given you 5 GB of free cloud space. So, since this Oracle is also a cloud-based application and it's a multi-million application, Oracle might have also provided this additional tool where you can upload your necessary documents, any sort of policies, any sort of CVs, any sort of purchase orders, any document, any file that you want to keep it. This is the free space where you should be able to search these particular things. And in this particular space, guys, clicking onto this search button, all the files which are available into this server will be listed down. You can delete the file, you can check more details about the file. All these details when we are covering, once we are learning these particular utilities, these are the different tools. We have seen this particular thing, content server. How we are accessing the content server? Content server is having three different names. Okay, we used to call it as a UCM server, content server, WCC, all are meaning same thing only. And guys, this particular thing that we have access the analytics, same thing you can access from the application also. Going to the application, going to this, go to the navigator and go to the section called tools. Under these tools also, guys, there is something called report and analytics. Once you click onto report and analytics, you will be landing into one screen. In this screen, guys, there is a button called browse catalog. Once you click onto the browse catalog, it will also navigate you to the same OTBI server application. Okay. And guys, as we said that, okay, we will be providing and hand over to you the all the content, all the PPTs, all the material that we have prepared to all the enrolled participants from the first day. You will be getting all this material. Okay. In addition to that, guys, as we said that, okay, we have created more than 500 different components that we have created, that are the live component that we are going to hands-on train you. But in addition to that, from the first day you will be getting an access for all these business components that we have created one by one, small concept. Each component is for one concept. We have not clubbed multiple things because these are your bible, these are your building block in any of the project that you're working upon. You got the requirement that, okay, you want to create a data set based on the CSV file, so you can refer there. You get to know that, okay, you need to create a report. In that report you need to add a parameter, single parameter or multiple parameter. The business requirement is to create a parameter and make a parameter as mandatory. How you will be going to do that? We can club all these things into one file itself? No, we have kept one topic into one file so that it will be easy for you to refer and learn and practice and utilize these particular skills into your real-time project, real-time work that you have been assigned into. Okay, you see so many components that we have created. All folder contain multiple components that all we will be discussing, and this will be ready to use components handed over to you from the first day of your enrollment itself. Okay, and guys, this is just for the one topic. Okay, as we are going to cover different topics, the personalization and customization, everything you will be able to understand. Different sort of utilities and tools you will be able to understand. We will be building multiple transactions where we will be building the approval management. Web services we are looking into. Okay, data loading tools and technologies we will be looking into. BIP report, OTBA report. OTBA report also we have almost 30 plus different components that we have built for you. In HCM extract, this is also one of the technology that will be helping you to extract the data only for the HCM module. Okay, so guys, those who are already into the HCM module or HR related thing, for HR specific tools, These tools which I have marked into yellow, BIP, OTBA, these are the global tools. It does not discriminate between the module or the track that you have been into. And every technical person should be learning these particular modules and these particular technologies because these are the global applications. Okay, web services are also global. Once you understand the concept, uses, and all, you should be able to apply those things for supply chain, for financial, as well as for human capital management. This tool is only for human capital management. ESS is also a methodology to submit certain items, certain reports that you can do, play around. How you can do that? That is also a global tool. Once we learn the ESS for one of the thing, you should be able to learn for rest of the things also. Guys, these two tools are specific for SDL, and these two tools are specific to the financial and supply chain. Generally, guys, for financial and supply chain consultant, the major tools that we have, which has been offered by Oracle, is BIP, OTBI, FBDI, and ADFDI. And in addition to that, guys, you see web services has been written into the data extraction tools also, as well as the data loading tools also. Because, guys, this is the tool. There has been different capability. This service can be utilized to extract the data as well as to create the data, update the data, and delete the data. So we will be covering all these things in detail. In addition to that, guys, covering about the different sort of services. If you see that, okay, we have created multiple sort of predefined templates and predefined payload for different sort of real-time services. All these tools, what is the uses of this tool? Everything will be explained as part of this particular training program. You see, there has been different sort of services, real-time services that a technical person may be using and being familiar with. In this service, there has been different sort of functions to create a report, to delete a report, to delete a report folder, to run the report, to check the template of the report. Each service may be having different functions, and some of the functions, useful functions, how to use those functions, what will be the input, what will be the parameter, what will be the syntax, everything will be demonstrated and everything will be kept in single small format ready for you. See so many components that we have done for each of the service. If you see for the UCM services, in UCM related services, whatever the operations which are possible, we have added. If you see the payroll related services, whatever the services which are possible, we have those particular thing. And for your references, all those things will be marked as FG. Okay, the important functions which are of your use, that has been marked as FG here. Okay, same way, guys, there is something called REST based services. REST based services can be accessed through the tool called Postman. You can use both the tools or you can use any of the tool. We are teaching both the tools because as per the industry best practices, SOAP based services are being accessed and used by the SOAP UI tool, and the REST based services are to be accessed and utilized by the Postman as a tool. Once we log in into this, guys, we should be able to access, and we have created almost all the possible samples which are required. Insert the data, create the data, delete the data, fetch the data, fetch multiple data, filter the data. Everything we are covering into this particular course curriculum. Okay. So guys, oh, this is what we have planned for today. Slowly and steadily, we will be building and marking each of the things. These are the things that I have not covered. It is just the highlighter of these particular topics. We are going to revisit, and once we are going to discuss the things, we will be revisiting, because if we are learning these particular tools, some of the tools utilize into another technology that we are going to learn. So at that time also, again, we will be revisiting. And after 2-3 class, once we are going to done this, I will be revising the topics. Once we will be doing the BIP report, I will be discussing, asking you the questions, explaining you the answers, asking you the best practices, telling you the interview questions, what is the role of a technical consultant, to whom you will be interacting, to whom you will not be interacting. All those things will be explained in detail as part of this training program. Okay. Hope that is clear. Over to you guys. That is what I have planned for today. Okay, tomorrow onwards, we will be looking into the more detailed understanding. These things we have discussed, how to access. Only we have discussed the basic navigations and the access, and what do you mean by transaction. We have not seen what do you mean by date tracking operation and all these things. We have to look into the SQL, PL/SQL, writing the select statement, identifying the different tables. That we are going to cover tomorrow, and day after tomorrow we will be actually starting with the training. These things are just the fundamentals and the concepts that we are explaining, and then we will be starting with the actual training from column F onwards. Okay, fine, guys. I am just unmuting you all. In case you have any questions, doubt, and queries, please feel free to ask. I will address your queries. And I believe admin has already reached out to you, and the link has already provided here into the group chat also. In case you have registered, good enough. If you are not registered, make sure that you will finish the payment and registration today onwards. Okay, because tomorrow onwards there will be no special discount and consideration will be provided. Okay, over to you guys.
Yeah, hi, Piyush. So I'm Ramandeep. I wanted to check. We will be first starting with the OTBI and the Fusion technical, right? And OCI, when we will be starting the OCI training?
There is no OCI training, there is OIC training.
Sorry, OIC, Oracle Integration Cloud. Yes.
So yes, this particular training is going to cover all the aspects of Fusion Technical first, and following that we will be taking up the OIC training. Guys, this may take around 40 to 45 days of classes. Okay. First 5, 7, 10 days you can say fundament. First 3, 4 days are the fundamentals. Then we will be covering delighter sort of applications. Okay. Like approval management, personalization and customization, security, then 5 to 8 class for the data extraction related technology, 5 to 8 class for the data loading related technologies, and then we will be covering 2, 3 classes for the web services, and following that we will be having 10 to 15 classes for the OIC. You could be able to see these classes. In these classes, I have given you the rough idea about the classes and how we are going to proceed. Guys, first we are going to cover this. This is what we have covered so far. Then we will be looking into the security, customization. We continue with the customization and the tools, then approval management. Then we will be working into the data extraction related reports and technology. Then we will be working into the data loading tools and technology. Then we will be working onto the web services. Then we will be working onto the OIC integrations. And then we will be looking into the OIC VBCS. Okay, this will
So,
be going to be the flow.
so Piyush, OIC integration, we will be covering all kind of adapters, right? Be it file-based adapter, be it REST and SOAP, with all the
There's
use case.
the major talking about the use case, the purpose of the OIC is to integrate between two application and exchange
Correct.
the data. So to exchange the data, whether you need to outbound the data or inbound the data, all those things will be discussed and covered in detail, practically demonstrated. And the major adapters that we are going to cover, that every technical consultant will be working upon: REST based adapter, SOAP based adapter, HCM adapter, ERP adapter, FTP adapter, and ATP adapter. All these things will be covered 100%. Okay.
Oh, okay.
In
Uh,
VBCS, we are going to cover a search based page. You will be able to create a search page. As just now we have seen how to search the person number. Same way, we will be able to create a search page. You will be able to create page. You will be able to create an update page. You will be able to create a delete page, and you will be able to understand all the methodologies and showing the multiple data objects into a single page, into a table based structure. The table is showing which is going to list down all the business object. Okay. In web services, we are going to cover SOAP UI tool. This is the tool. You will be getting familiar with the tool. Then Postman as the tool. Then you will be learning two type of services. One is the SOAP services and the other one is the REST services. Everything we will be covering in detail, and multiple aspects, multiple program, multiple payloads we will be covering as part of this particular training program. Okay.
so yeah, okay, Piyush. And for OIC, we will be covering how the exception handling will be done and all those things as well, right? If there is some error and also the
I have
insight.
just, I am not mentioning 100%, I'm saying 200% is covered. Every
Okay.
bit is going to be covered. Okay.
Okay, got it. Next, the use cases will be around, since my profile is around SCM, there will be use cases around supply chain as well, right? You said FBDI and OTB reports.
That will be
They
covered.
okay for supply chain because they will help for the
No,
interview
wait,
preparation,
wait,
right?
wait. See, we are not going to teach you that, okay, how you are going to call the supply chain report. Report is a report. Okay. We will be covering to call the report, process the report, transform the report, and process the output either to email, either to FTP server, either to databases. Okay. We it depends what sort of report, anything. Sometime we will be taking the example of HCM, supply chain, financial. Please don't be specific that, okay, every training, every module, everything we will be covering from the supply chain perspective. No. Okay.
Uh,
It is okay. Let me explain in layman terms. It is something we are making you to learn how to drive the car. So we will make you learn how to drive the car. Once you learn and become a driver, proficient and skilled driver, you can drive any car, right? We are not bifurcating that, okay, it should be a petrol car or diesel car or a electric car. You should be able to drive the car. Okay.
yeah, Piyush, I get it. But then for the interview perspective, they are asking for the experience, right? And
I am
if
saying 200% will be covered.
okay, okay, Piyush. Okay.
Any other question, guys? Naresh or someone was raising a hand. Yes, Shrisha, please tell me. Shrisha, please unmute and ask your question.
Yeah, Piyush. So, like as I told, like ABS, we have some knowledge on financials or whatever, right? So, will that be useful in Fusion or how Oracle
Shrisha,
technically?
yes, yesterday also we discussed whatever that work that you have been working into, everything will be useful. Your year of experience, your certificate, your money, your pay slip will be helpful to get you better payment. Okay. Rest everything we will be covering from the scratch. We don't want your knowledge. Okay. Come with the empty mind. Everything we will be covering from the scratch. But yes,
Yes,
if you know something, I will be correlating, giving you the reference, helping you to correlate the things because that will help you that you should be working into 3 years into EBS, but you should need to tell that, okay, you will be working into 2 years for Fusion. So the same things, how you can correlate and express into the Fusion, everything will be
that,
covered and explained in that manner. Okay.
that's what I wanted. Okay, okay, good. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Risha. Over to you, Anil.
Thank you, Paige. Thank you, for the class today. So this is my first class today. Yesterday, I did miss for the class. Hopefully, you were covering the what Oracle and other stuff is. My question is right now. So. Right now I'm in the US. I had to give little background about me. I'm in the US and I'm working on different technology completely irrelevant to the Oracle Fusion. But I do have knowledge on PeopleSoft because I've worked for on PeopleSoft for an year or so. So is that some but as a functional analyst, but not technical? So, my question is, uh, how about the job market for Oracle Fusion technical in the US? So, will I able to get the jobs without getting doing any certification, if any certificate
Anil,
required?
please get yourself enrolled. Get in touch with the admin. We have already explained there is no certification offered by Oracle into the Fusion Technical, so you does not need to take any certification. Job market is very good. It is very high in demand. You will be getting trained into almost 20 different tools and technology across different sort of work profile as a Fusion Technical consultant. Once you take up this particular course, take all the assignments, practice, learn from us, you can simply claim yourself as a proficient and skilled Fusion technical consultant having 2 to 3 years of hands-on experience. Okay. So in addition to that, there will be mock interviews being supported by our team. Sample resumes will be shared from the first day of the enrollment, and it is up to you that how you want to polish yourself, and we will be providing you all necessary supports to gain the necessary knowledge so that you will be able to achieve your dreams and get placed into your dream companies. Okay.
One last question. Is there any prerequisite before
No prerequisites are required. Only prerequisite is forget everything that you know about PeopleSoft or EBS, especially the people who are from the EBS background. Please forget everything wherever it is required, in which topic, which section I personally will intervene. I know EBS, I know Darwin Box, and I know Fusion also. I know SAP Success Factor also. have never worked into the PeopleSoft, but I know Fusion has been designed taking few of the best feature of the PeopleSoft also. Okay, so some of the things once we are learning, you will be able to correlate from the PeopleSoft. If you find it is good that you can enlighten the batch also that okay, this is from the PeopleSoft side. Don't worry, everything will be covered in detail from the scratch till the expert level. Okay,
Yeah. Thank you, Piyush.
fine, guys. So that is what I have planned. Tomorrow onwards, the link will be shared only to the enrolled participants. This Zoom link will not be workable. Okay, and please plan accordingly. Reach out to the admin. Please do not follow for the additional discount or something. If you want to enroll, enroll today. Okay, and to avail that particular discount on account of Republic Day. Otherwise, this offer is going to be end by today midnight. Okay. Yes, HR admin, over to you.
Yes, hello.
Yes, HR.
I'm able to hear.
Yes, I am able to hear you.
Yes, so I want to know, sir, what is the Oracle Fusion duration and what is the OIC duration?
Total duration will be almost 40 to 45 class, almost 50 plus hours of the content. Okay. Roughly, we will say 60% will be Fusion and 30-40% will be OIC, web services and VBCS. Okay.
Okay, is there any API related sessions you are taking or?
Just now I have said that everything we are going to cover in web services. I have
Okay,
shown you this particular tool also. These are nothing but the APIs only. Very elaboratively, we are going to cover every bit of knowledge about web services. We are going to take 3 classes onto the web services, and after those 3 hours of the classes, you does not need to go anywhere and read anywhere or do anything apart from this what knowledge I'm going to teach you into web services. Okay, that sort of guarantee I'm going to take.
okay. Is there any issue I am facing in the middle of the any integrations or any integration? So, how many members are there to help me or in that situation? Hello.
Integration issue into your live project or while doing the practicing of the assignment.
For the practicing of that
So
assignments.
I will be your key point of contact every day once you are joining the class. I will be giving a time to ask if any questions or challenges. After that, also,
Mhm.
if required, you can ask for my time and we can connect after the class also. So far,
Okay,
the way
sure.
that we are conducting and giving the assignment, no one has faced such sort of issues that okay, they need additional time or need a one-on-one session or something. Okay.
Okay,
Everything
yeah.
will be very professional way in a very detailed manner and very systematic approach has been followed. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much.
Guys, I request everyone you please join with your name. Do not join with some name which I will not be able to call it out. Okay. Please join with your particular name. This iPad, iPhone, HR admin. Please do not join this particular name. So to have a direct connect and have a direct interaction whenever required. Okay.
So
Fine,
Piyush,
guys. Thanks. Yes.
so we are covering like fast formula also in this course.
Fast formula syntax and everything related to the fast formula from the technical aspect will be covered. That is being used into the HCM extracts.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
That will be the least priority because fast formula is not for the technical, that is for the functional. But from the technical perspective, everything we are going to cover from the fast formula also. Okay. Fine then. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time, and I hope that you have enjoyed these two sessions that we have conducted free of cost. Tomorrow onwards, there will be only a separate link will be shared onto a WhatsApp group for the enrolled participants only. Okay. Thank you. Thank you again once for your time. Please feel free to connect with admin for any doubts, queries. Every support will be provided to you in terms of the subject, in terms of training, in terms of learning. I will be your sole point of contact. In case of rest of the logistic issues, your access, your leave, you are not available, any sort of interview scheduling, mock interviews, references, admin will be your point of contact. Okay. Fine then. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.